What's up, guys? So, I told you I was going to share some moments in my life that really impacted me. I was going to start from when I was young. And today's actually a really good day to tell you this story because it's actually the anniversary of when it happened. So, let me tell you what I remember. So, 34 years ago today, my dad left for a job interview and he never came back. 6 weeks later, he was found in the Mississippi River here in Minneapolis. So, what I remember as a kid is I remember my mom and my grandma were stressed and they were constantly kind of talking about what might have happened, things, has anybody heard from them, etc. But the part that really resonates still to the core, I remember, is that all of a sudden there's a knock on the door. And my grandma is there when my mom opens the door, and she's with somebody else, but I can't remember who she's with. And she's obviously sad. And at that moment, she kind of shooed me and my brother away, and she was dating this guy that eventually became my stepdad. And he walked me down to the park. It's like a block down, and we're sitting there, we're playing, kind of forgetting about what was going on. And then my mom is coming down the alley all of a sudden, walking, crying, her hands. She's obviously overwhelmed with emotion. And then I asked her, "What's wrong, Mom?" And she said that Daddy went to heaven. So that moment, it's one of those moments you don't forget. And later on, I don't know why my mom did this, but I watched my dad being dragged out of the river on a stretcher from the riverbank, basically with his body on it, being pulled up the riverbank in the news. And, I've dealt with a lot of trauma, and I've really made the most of it, and I don't run from trauma. I confront it, and I really try to handle it. But this one, like I talked about in my Instagram post today, this one still stings. Oddly enough, not oddly, but I guess it makes sense. Because here's the main reason, right? There's so many times in my life where I've just wanted to talk with my dad and just ask him basic questions. Like, how would you handle this situation? Or, how could I be better at my job? Or, hey, Dad, do you care if I swing by later? Or, hey, did you see that fight last night? Or, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Just basic stuff. So there's always been some kind of weird hole in my spirit. Like constantly, just wanting the answers that your dad gives you. Even if it's, I don't know, son. I don't know. But I guess the only thing that rings true is kind of what you feel in your heart in these situations. So if you're going through something similar, or if you've lost someone, or you lost someone at an extremely young age like I did, there's other people with you. There's a lot of people that have tragically lost their parents. Most people think my dad was murdered, according to all the evidence and stuff, but we don't know anything for sure besides he has a huge cut on his head. There's a ton of stuff out of place in my grandma's house where he was living, like someone was chasing him. Yeah, I don't know, but he lived a wild life, so when you live in wild, I guess wild shit happens. But my point is, You're not alone. Face the trauma. Don't hide from it. Don't run from it. Feel those feelings. It doesn't make you a pussy or like weak. Actually, I think it makes you weak if you're running from your feelings constantly instead of experiencing them. Because listen, pain is directly related to love. Directly. They're like, ugly cousins. And there's no way around it. So keep hanging in there. You're not alone. That's all I wanted to say. That was pretty much one of the first moments in my life that really changed me as a person, even though I didn't know it. I was young, 6 years old. I was playing tag at his funeral. I remember that. But there's still a hole. There's still a hole in my spirit or soul or just that yearning. So hang in there. You're not alone. Leave a comment, hit the like button so this can reach more people. I think sometimes people think they're alone. So have a good day.